Who's actually going to get the most out of a 111-gallon aluminum transfer tank that also doubles as a toolbox? If you're a shop owner or a field tech who spends half the day hauling fluid and the other half hunting for the right wrench, this could be a game changer. If you're a casual weekend DIYer who only needs a bucket for a quick paint job, you might be paying for space you'll never fill. And the big question everyone asks after scrolling past the price tag: does the convenience of the built-in storage really justify the cost for an everyday buyer? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I spent the last couple of weeks looking at how people actually use combo tanks in real shop environments, reading forums about fluid handling, and watching a few YouTubers who specialize in automotive and marine maintenance. The Dee Zee DZ92656B isn't just another bulk container. It's an L-shaped unit that bolts a small toolbox right onto the side of a 111-gallon, 0.125-inch Brite-Tread aluminum tank, all wrapped in a protective black powder coat finish. Let's start with the everyday scenario most of us face. You need to drain a coolant system, refill a hydraulic reservoir, or transport a batch of cleaning solvent from a warehouse to a job site. Traditionally, you'd load a separate drum, then haul a toolbox in another cart, or you'd try to cram tools into the empty space of a standard tank, risking spills and lost pieces. With this Dee Zee combo, the storage compartment is literally bolted on, so you can keep wrenches, socket sets, and a few hand tools within arm's reach while you're moving the fluid. In a busy shop where every minute counts, that extra convenience translates into fewer trips up and down the aisle, and less time hunting for the right bit while a machine sits idle. Now, who should definitely consider buying it? First, professional automotive repair shops that routinely change coolant, brake fluid, or transmission fluid for multiple vehicles a day. The 111-gallon capacity means you can fill a whole service bay without refilling the tank every 20 minutes. Second, marine service technicians who need to move large volumes of antifreeze or fuel additives between docks. The aluminum construction is rust-resistant, which matters when you're dealing with saltwater environments. Third, small-scale industrial maintenance crews who have to juggle both fluid transport and a set of hand tools in cramped facilities. The L-shaped design lets you slide the tank under low-clearance equipment while the toolbox stays accessible on the side. On the flip side, if you're a homeowner who only needs a container for seasonal lawnmower oil or an occasional paint sprayer, the 111-gallon size is overkill. You'll end up with a massive, heavy object that takes up valuable garage space and will sit unused most of the time. Also, if your work involves highly corrosive chemicals, think strong acids or caustic cleaners, the aluminum interior, while durable for typical automotive fluids, isn't the best match. In that case, a purpose-built chemical-resistant tank would be a safer investment. Let's talk about the practical strengths that show up when you actually put this thing to work. The black powder coat finish isn't just about looking sleek. It's a real shield against scratches, UV fading, and the occasional nudge from a forklift. In a busy shop, that means the tank keeps its professional appearance longer, which can be important if you're using it to impress clients or if you're subject to safety inspections that look for well-maintained equipment. The 0.125-inch Brite-Tread aluminum walls give a good balance of strength and weight. It's light enough to be moved on a hand truck when empty, yet sturdy enough to hold 111 gallons without denting. The shape is clever. The tank sits low, keeping the center of gravity down, while the toolbox extends out to the side, giving you a clear, flat work surface for sorting bits. However, the design does introduce a few hidden trade-offs. The shape can be a tight fit in narrow aisles or under low shelves. I tried maneuvering it through a standard 2-car garage with a 6-foot ceiling and found the toolbox arm snagged on a pipe conduit, forcing me to tilt the whole unit slightly. That's not a deal breaker, but it's something you need to plan for in your layout. Another point is the weight when full. 11 gallons of water weigh about 92 pounds, and 111 gallons push that well over 1,000 pounds. Even with the sturdy hand truck wheels Dee Zee includes, you'll need a good dolly or a small forklift for regular moves. If your shop doesn't already have that equipment, you'll be adding another expense to the mix. Value for money is where the discussion gets nuanced. The price point sits in the mid-range for large transfer tanks, but you're also paying for the integrated toolbox. If you break down the cost, you're essentially buying a 111-gallon tank and a small metal toolbox in one package. For a shop that already owns separate tanks and tool chests, the savings are modest, maybe 1,015% off the combined price of two separate items. The real